Good evening. My audience today is my wife. Today we're going to talk about gun control. The specific goal is to persuade my audience that gun control does not work. It hasn't worked in many other countries. It hasn't worked throughout history. In my opinion, it just simply doesn't work. So think about it this way. It is 3 o'clock in the morning and you hear something downstairs at your house. You come down the stairs and you figure out that somebody broke in. They're armed with a knife. And it's a subject that just took part on the latest drug to hit the street, whatever that is. Now pause the scenario right there. Option 1, you go upstairs, you retrieve your legally owned firearm, you go into your child's bedroom, you call the police. The subject, who doesn't know what he's doing because he's on drugs, enters that bedroom. You shoot him in an attempt to defend your family. The police shows up. I show up. I'm gonna take your firearm for evidence. We're gonna have a brief conversation, and then I'm gonna whisper to you until you did the right thing, and you shouldn't worry about it. Now on the flip side of that, scenario 2, you don't have a firearm. You run to your kid's bedroom and you hide. But like I said before, this subject is on some kind of crazy drug. We don't even know what it is yet. It's hard to keep up with them. You call the police. I get dispatched. I will drop whatever I'm doing, and I'm driving, risking my own life and those around me at 135 miles per hour, which is the fastest that truck will go. It will take me, I don't know, a minute and a half to get there. Well, I get there, and unfortunately, the bad guy has hurt your whole family. There's nothing I can do about it. I just didn't make it in time. So when something bad happens, you call the police because they have guns. The way I look at it is take the middleman out of the way. Okay? We have that freedom. We have that freedom in the United States. This could happen to anybody, to any of us at any time. Just to give you an example of how gun control does not work. I'm from Colombia, so you can probably hear my accent. In Colombia, guns are pretty much not allowed for anybody. Now, tell me what you know about Colombia. Probably doesn't know much about how beautiful it is and all the good things that it have. You probably do know about the violence, right? Now, take that in consideration. Guns are not allowed in Colombia, or they're extremely hard to get. Very hard to get. All you know about Colombia is probably that it's a very violent place. I have also worked in the Middle East, places like Afghanistan, where a person is allowed to have a rifle with one magazine. What do you know about Afghanistan? It's also a very violent place. They don't have just a rifle and a magazine. They have many advanced weapons. Gun control is not working on either one of those two places. Now, think about Chicago, for example. The city of Chicago has some of the strictest restrictions in guns in the United States. In 2016, there was 762 murders in Chicago, 3,550 shootings, 4,331 shooting victims. One of the strictest cities when it comes to gun control. It doesn't work. In essence, Chicago is just like one of those third world countries with extremely strict rules that are doing absolutely nothing but rising the level of violence, because the bad guy does not fear to go into a house and hurt somebody. They don't have to fear that the homeowner is going to return fire or come out with a firearm. That brings me back to what I talked about Colombia a minute ago. In Colombia, you can apply for a firearm permit. It takes about 2 to 3 years, maybe longer. sometimes a little shorter. And then, if you do get it, because you know somebody or you pay somebody, you're going to have to go to a military base to get it. Only the military sells guns. They also the only ones that sell ammo. Now, a gun is gonna cost about $2,000 over there. The same gun that here would cost $300. And again, all the bad guys have them. Now let's talk about freedoms. You like your freedom? You like being able to say what you want to say? Do you like being able to practice whatever religion you want to practice? I know I do. In 2009, the United States Department of State stated that in Saudi Arabia, the public is not allowed to practice Christianity in public. They can do it in private. However, if the government or anybody else finds out that they're Christians, they'll be victims of hate crimes and discrimination just because of that. They're also not allowed to have guns. So, to wrap this up, the Second Amendment will protect the rest of our amendments. The founding fathers put it in the Constitution because it will help protect every other amendment that we have, all the rights that we have. That's what it's there for. If you like your freedom, if you like your freedom of speech, your freedom to practice whatever religion, I encourage you to exercise your Second Amendment. Get some training, get some education, educate your kids, and do your part as a patriot. Stand by.